It's nice. Hey everybody, welcome to Marco Dishes Out on Life, where I dish out on the shit Sunday called life. And I was going to review a movie today, Gran Turismo, which I saw yesterday, but I really wanted to get this issue out of the way. Yesterday, I felt a lot sicker in the afternoon, and so I had more trouble making a video, and even though it was like 40 minutes long. But anyway, this is just going to go on for a while. I'll just warn you. And I say that every video because, I already had enough trouble with, people saying that, sometimes that, my voice is too slow, I take too much time to talk, and it's I like to make sure what I'm saying is what I want to say and what I mean. It's not just because, I'm stupid or something. But then, with this whole sickness, with the Flash review, I was so sick doing that review, and somebody made a comment, and it's see, that was, part of the reason why I didn't want to do videos, is because I knew that, I'd have to basically make a disclaimer every video, hey guys, I'm sick, so leave me alone. Or else people are going to make comments. But this incident happened this past week and last week, kinda. So I've been talking a lot about the dating app Bumpy, and it's really funny because, so many people on that app, they're so sincere on the face side of things. But then underneath that, it's they're the exact same as the types that you find on dating apps in the US. On Tinder, Plenty of Fish, all those types of shitty apps. These people on Bumpy, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are very, very similarly fake, phony, and bad. And I met this girl, and I am going to put her picture up as well as a couple other things because I can and because it's all public. I'm not incentivizing anyone to harass this person. I'm not incentivizing anyone to bother her. But here she is. Okay, so sometimes on a dating app, you find somebody, and it's a really positive thing. It's a really positive experience because, just in my situation, I've been so sick, I don't even really leave the house. I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to get back to normal. And so, in my case, I can't really do much of anything except, do stuff at home. And so, one of the things I could do is, find somebody nice to talk to on a dating app. And, I've had a lot of bad experiences with these apps, I could probably rank the worst people, if you, another thing is, guys, do you remember that woman from last year who, got into a relationship and never told me, and then, I found out, and it's she was leading me on, and it was really irritating that she never told me, and that it was a secret? Well, I confronted her in May, and because I was you know what? These people who do these things online, who do these horrible things, they shouldn't be allowed to get away with what they do. They should have to face what they do as if it's anything else bad. You steal something, you face the consequences. You kill someone, you face the consequences. And it should be the same thing for these bitches who do this type of shit online, like Amanda, the glue gun girl. And so I confronted her, and it was so bad, I didn't even talk about it because I was in disbelief. I was like, okay, this must be some sort of a joke or something. Like, I don't know. I think that she said what she said because she was worried, and she just didn't want to, like, make it into a big issue because she was like, oh shit, maybe I made the wrong choice last year, which is like a typical thing of people on these dating apps. They make wrong choices, and that's why you see a lot of single mothers on dating apps, because they made wrong choices before they got on the app to begin with. Sorry. And so she said, and I'm not kidding you guys won't believe this, after all that leading on, after we met on a place called Facebook Dating, guess what she says to me in May? She says, like something like, I'm sorry that you ever believed that we had a chance of dating. Like, I'm sorry that you ever had it in your mind that we could have dated. You know, I liked watching you on the journey of making your movie. I'm really sorry, though, that you ever had that notion in your mind. And I just thought that was the biggest, like, lie, like, just complete bullshit lie ever. And I just wanted to tell you guys that because I never did in that month. And I thought, I can't believe it. Like, we met on a place called Facebook Dating. It was clear that I was searching for somebody to date and not somebody as a friend. You know, it's called Facebook Dating, not Facebook Friends. And still, she has the nerve to say, you know, I'm sorry you ever had the notion that we would have dated. So that's what happened with her. And, yeah, I'm never talking to her again. Because that, I mean, the least she could have done was told the truth, you know. The least she could have done was say, look, sorry, I didn't know that I was leading you on, because I didn't know you were interested or something like that. Like, something more, like, real and honest instead of a bullshit lie like that. Like, because that's not even an apology. That's like, you know, oh, you thought you could date me? And keep in mind, this woman, she's like a normal-looking girl. Like, she's got, like, a tomboy hairdo. She's got a fucking, like, a country bumpkin smile. She's got, like, a cosplay fetish where she dresses up as, like, one time she dressed up as the Joker, Jared Leto Joker, and, like, she has no room to be this type of entitled where she can say, like, oh, you thought you could date me? Oh, joke's on you. I'm just kidding. She didn't laugh like that. So, yeah, that was very disappointing. It felt like such a unsatisfying conclusion to that story. And on a side note, this morning, before we get to the main girl topic, this morning I had another phone call with an actress. It was just a phone call, and it was really nice. It only went on for like 8 minutes, and she wasn't a bitch. She wasn't entitled. She didn't interrupt me, and it was really cool because I was like, wow, it's a normal person. You know, it's not like someone who's full of themselves. The only thing is, the difference between them is this girl has never been in anything. Compared to that other girl who, you know, she's been in a couple of small crappy things. So maybe she's like, oh, I was in some stuff, you know? I was in a movie. She was like, I was in this movie, and it was good. And so I would understand how to be in your movie. That's what she said. So I can't wait to work with this girl, possibly. In fact, funnily enough, her name is her last name is the same as Sharon's. So I thought that was kind of funny that I was able to find her. So I didn't on purpose. I've been looking through thousands. Like, I'll look through thousands in a day, and pick out like 20 to talk to. That's how like selective you have to be. So the main topic is Sanim. This is her name, and no, it is not a tobacco company. It's not some sort of a weird, like, doesn't that sound like a weird, like, medicinal name, like a company, like, here you can buy some Sanim patches. Here you can buy some Sanim, whatever. It'll make you feel better, no matter what you have. Even if you have something that can't be cured, this'll make you better. Sanim. And this girl, she's from Turkey, and she seemed really nice. She likes cats like me. We had a lot of stuff in common, and we talked for like a week. And then I was like, let's talk somewhere else. And she said, get me on WhatsApp. So I go to her on WhatsApp, and we talk more. And she's like, hey, can you FaceTime? And keep in mind, like, all this anxiety problems that I had, I was like, you know what, I'll do it. I went into my bedroom, and I FaceTimed with her for like an hour. It was a whole hour. It was shitty because my breakfast, I just made it, and so it was cold by the time the video call was over. And she was really, really nice on the call. She really, really liked looking at me. She made several, like, compliments, like, oh, I really like your beard. And, you know, it was really hilarious because she was just so into me and so, like, she was like, through the camera at certain points. And she said a lot of funny stuff like, you know, I'm going back to my teaching job on September 11th, you know. That was pretty hilarious. And then she said she visited New York once, and she liked looking at squirrels in Central Park. But then in the evening, the squirrels turned into rats, and so she got really scared and had to run back to her hotel because she's so scared of mice and rats. And I really liked her. Like, we even, on the video call, like, she was like, look, your birthday, it's the day that I have a visa meeting for the U.S., and so, you know, that's a really good sign, and, you know, maybe you can come and visit me, and we can do stuff, and when I'm there in the New York again. And it's like, we really, really connected, and that's the weird part about a lot of these people you meet on these dating apps, is it's not like you're talking to someone and you don't connect. It's like, that happens sometimes. Not with this girl. With this girl, we were fully connected, like on a complete, like, there was only one thing about her that I didn't like, was that she smokes. And there's this hilarious hypocritical thing where she doesn't want to smoke when she has children. So she wants to smoke now as much as she wants, but then when she has children, she's going to stop so that they don't see her smoking. And I just think, yeah, good luck with that. And also gross. But, you know, you have to take people. Some people have a couple of things that you don't like, and you just have to get over it sometimes. So the last thing that we talked about was, she said, like, she said, would you like to see me as your girlfriend? And I said, yeah, I think so. And she was like, oh. And then we ended the call. And that was a whole hour. She was ready to sit there and talk to me for another hour, too. Like, my phone was out of battery, though. And so, but I felt really good, even though I had the anxiety issues. Similar to, like, how I feel right now. And then we said, like, okay, let's delete the dating app and talk on Instagram. So then she goes on my Instagram, and this is where things took a turn. First off, she showed me a video of myself. It's from the American Horror Story Season 3 review where I'm eating a cupcake. Or I'm shouting it and I'm eating a cupcake, and it's funny, it's a comedy video. And she's like, your Instagram profile's a little weird. And keep in mind, meanwhile, I'm like, your mom has a really nice smile. You're really pretty. I like your pictures. And she's like, your Instagram is a little weird. And I was like, okay. I don't really care. Like, what does weird even mean at this point? Like, you have children being given sex changes and you say that I'm weird? Like, excuse me. And so then she got to a video where it was a blooper from the film that I'm making. And it was a blooper where I was sitting in a car last year in October. And I was very overweight because I was like 320 pounds. 310 to 320. And she sent me this video and she said, you are overweight. And then I was like, yeah, I was kind of. And, I've been working on it. I've lost 60 to 70 pounds in the past year. And, it's just a process. A couple of years ago, I was injured badly in the gym. And I could not work out. And so I got very overweight. And gained a lot more weight after I lost it before. And then she was like, and now guys, keep in mind, at this point, I was her boyfriend, she was my girlfriend, and, we were a happy couple, and she was, like, totally into me, but because she saw this video from last year, an outdated video, she's like, I can't, and she didn't even say sorry either, she just said, I can't date someone with so much weight. So then what I did was I laughed at it. I said, I just sent a laugh emoji, and then I was kind of taken back. I was like, who the fuck does she think she is? Some kind of high school mean girl bitch? Some kind of weird, like, girl stuck in the past? Like, God, I was pissed off, and just like that really took me off guard. Like, what a bunch of shit. Like, what a bunch of shitty ass people that you meet on these dating apps who feel like they can do this. And so then the next day I wake up and she blocked my Instagram and my WhatsApp. Like, can you guys believe that this person connected with another person, wanted to date them, and because the person that they're wanting to date is currently overweight, they completely trash them and just block them out of existence like they don't matter. Now keep in mind, guys, if a man did this to a woman nowadays, if a man said, I'm not going to date you, you fat bitch, because you're fat, even though I really like you and we really connect, I'm not going to date you because you're a fat, slobby-ass fucking cheeseburger-eating bitch. Do you know how much outrage there would be? Do you know how much public scrutiny this person would get? Do you know that this person's life would probably be over because he would get canceled in 10 seconds? Well, contrast that with this. she just gets to go off on her merry way and do this, and and she did something even worse after that. And so, sorry guys, I knew that was coming. I didn't choose this place, guys. Don't blame me. And so I was just completely like outraged, and what made it even worse was that it made my anxiety go back up, and stress, and that's why I've been feeling a little bit sicker this week, is all because of that incident. It's like, after all that I've done, after all that I've accomplished with myself, after losing 60 to 70 pounds, the reward that I get from women is that they do that. And I just felt like this is just sick. Like, this kind of behavior is just sick. This is absolutely unacceptable. What she did, what Sanem, I can't remember her last name, did. So what I did was I got onto another Instagram profile and I blasted her on her profile. And I said all the things that she deserved to have said to her. And then I found her mom's profile and I talked to her. And I said, are you proud that you raised a daughter who does this type of stuff? Are you proud that you raised someone who would do this, who would, connect to someone romantically and then judge them and fucking block them out of your life because they're currently overweight? Like, do you know how sick that is, and how disgusting and evil that is, and how selfish and one-dimensional? I mean, it is just sick. This is like a middle school bully bitch, and she's a teacher. She's allowed to be around children. I wouldn't trust a child around her. That's for damn sure. Like, the way that I was in middle school, I wouldn't want her to be my teacher. So anyways, after that, the next day, this is what really took the cake. The next day, she unblocks me, and this is another thing too. Just because I'm overweight now doesn't mean I'll be overweight in the future. The fact that she's so one-dimensional and so shallow and evil that because I'm overweight right now, it's like, oh, well, I don't care that we have a connection. Bye! That's really, really, like, that's telling. That's really bad. And I'm getting sick and tired of these types of people. I think that people like her should be pariahs. Sorry, guys. I think I was just about to have an attack. It's because I'm so wound up in this video. You guys see what I mean, how this has affected me. And I'm going to finish this really quickly. So the next day, she unblocks my Instagram. And she says, "Sorry, Marco, but I have a boyfriend now. I met him on Bumpy. And you have to respect our relationship. You can't go around lynching me on social media and being mean to me. I really hope that you find someone you have a really good life. But I have a relationship and a boyfriend now." That's what she did. As if, like, yeah, that's a real apology right there. Like, God, I swear, these people, they are evil, evil people. They're just as evil as serial killers. They're just as evil as rapists, drug dealers. Just because what she did was legal doesn't make it right. So, let me know what you think about this person. Personally, I just think that it was very interesting to see that, like, it's 2023 and you have people like her in existence. It's a real shame. And the funny thing is that all she had to do was just be understanding. She didn't have to just jump to conclusions and say, bye-bye. All she had to do was just say, oh, I'm really sorry you went through all this stuff, and I'm really sorry I acted like that, and let's continue to talk more, and continue dating, quote-unquote, because, she found someone in a day so that she could rush through that and find an excuse for me to leave her alone, which, I don't have the energy for that kind of stuff. Like, I've seen what happens to these evil people who do these evil things over time. They have shitty lives. They get what they deserve, no matter what. And years later, she'll probably come back again and she'll say, Michael, I'm so sorry. And then it'll be too late for her to do that. Oh, shit. So, that is the Sanem Turkish bitch teacher story. She's a bad person. And it's really surprising, like, how she turns so quickly based off of, like, oh, I'm overweight. So fucking what? Like, and the funny thing is, too, the video, if I shot that same video now, I would look like half the size. Like, I would not look anywhere near what I looked like on that video. But she didn't care about that either. So, it just makes you wonder, what does she care about? She video chatted with me for an hour. She talked to me for a week. She saw tons of pictures of me on my profile. And then she changes her mind like that. This type of, the reason why I'm so upset is because it can't just be me that's upset. We as a society have to be upset. And we as a society have to take a stand against people like Sanem Erdogan or whatever the fuck her name is. Like, we as a society have to teach her that it's not okay to do that. Once we do that, she won't do things like that. In fact, if we had done that years ago, she would have been, like, still a nice person. But because we've let these people, specifically women, because we've let women, and again, it doesn't matter if she's a man or a woman, the fact that she did this is bad, but it's the fact that there has been a double standard. We let women do terrible things to men in the dating world, and it's just treated like, oh, well, they're adults, they're just making their own choices and being independent, whatever, and, who cares that they did what she did? I mean, that really, like, I felt so sick the anxiety stuff, it's terrible. It's like it really took a lot to calm down and to, like, I'm still like having problems because of that. And it's just treated like, oh, who cares? Like, don't be angry because it happened specifically to me. Be angry because women as a whole are doing this in the dating world. Single young women. And the story always ends the same for them. Anyways, I think I'm done now talking about Sanem. And I will just say, too, she is not the worst person I've ever met on Bumpy. That would go to another girl who will be talked about at the end of the year, named Simone from South Africa. But with her story is a lot funnier, and she really, she's paying for it, kind of, because of the choices that she made. But still, wow. So, I'm getting tired of saying so anyways, too. So tomorrow I will probably review Gran Turismo. Just spoiler alert, I really, really loved it. It really helped me out, feel better, and take my mind off of things. And I really, really can't wait to talk about it and to recommend people to see it. And just as a side note, like, if men do bad things on dating apps too, they should also be shamed. I'm just saying that over the recent years, it's become almost like acceptable for women to behave terribly on these apps and to do terrible things and to be celebrated for doing those terrible things. Like, I don't think that I've been, like, I can't even remember, like, when the last time it was that I was shamed and bullied for being overweight. Like, I can't, because at a certain point I just stopped caring. Because honestly, it doesn't really even matter unless it's affecting your health, which it wasn't. Like, I've had multiple blood tests and I passed with flying colors, and I've been to the doctors like 1,000,000 times, and I'm so yeah. I think that I'll end on this. I'm really excited to keep on making my movie because I think that after I make my movie, I'll be able to say, I can't wait to make my next one. Because I've been sick and tired. I think the thing that I've most been sick of since 2017 is that I'm sick and tired of saying that I am making my first movie. The first one. I'm ready to complete making my first movie and be done with it. And so that I can then get started on making the second one. So that is what I wanted to say. That is what I wanted to end on. I had to take a little break so that I could calm down a little bit, or else it would have just made the symptoms worse. So please like this video, comment, and tell me. I know obviously it's not a big deal, but it's just something that really, like, when you have this type of sickness too, a lot of the stuff that's like small and not really that big of a deal is like really aggravated, and it's amped up a lot more than it would be if you weren't sick. So, And then please subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more episodes. You know, as I said, season 2 will have as many episodes as I want, whenever I want, and that's that, you know. I think it's actually, like, better this way because it'll help with, like, not having to constantly review stuff every day and, you know, having trouble with finding stuff to watch and review and, you know, deciding what to do. You know, this is a lot easier and a lot more stress-free. So goodbye, everybody. See you soon for Gran Turismo review. And just go see it. Like, go see it. Go see that movie and then, you know, watch my review anyway. Like, that's just, you know, go see it. Go see it. Go see it. Go see Gran Turismo now. Now. I'm not kidding. As soon as you click off the video, you go see the movie. Are you going to do what I say? Are you going to see the movie or not? If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. Just go watch fucking Barbie again. Or, what's another shitty movie that came out? Blue Beetle. Ugh. I started watching Blue Beetle, and I got like 4 minutes in. I was like, oh, there's just so much I can put up with. Like, fuck this shit. Bye-bye. I'm not gonna... I might finish it someday, but I was just like, ugh. This is like a... Ugh. It's like a Disney movie or something. Really bad. Contrast with Gran Turismo, where that starts off and immediately you know this is a movie. It was made to be, you know, to be a movie, to be a real thing that you should see in theaters, and that I would compare it to Top Gun 2. Like, I would say that it's the Top Gun 2 of 2023, and that it was a huge surprise. Like, okay, now I'm starting to do my Gran Turismo review. Whoops. Goodbye, everybody. See you soon. Here, let's put on... Oh, wait. Didn't have seatbelts back then. Okay. Wait, they didn't have seatbelts back then.